So, good evening and hello and welcome to the press conference today on Sunday. As usual with the head coaches, we'll start with the statements first. Yeah, very difficult game with no easy situation for us after we played on Thursday. Still missing a couple of players that we would have needed on the pitch. So Maxi Eggestein and Luki Höhler were also a little bit hurt to get into the game against Bayern, who obviously played on Tuesday, we on Thursday. With this quality, we would have loved to hold on to a couple of balls a little bit better and to try to tradition a little bit better. That didn't work out for us. But the most important part was that the team doesn't break apart. I don't like to lose, but today, even though I don't like to say it, I'm almost happy with the guys. It was not easy to get into this game. We did everything that we could, but we were without any chances against a team like Munich, and it's good that we didn't concede more goals. I congratulate Thomas and Bayern to this win. So yeah, thank you, Christian. Overall, I'm very happy with the game and with the results. We certainly deserved this result. We played very dominant. We combined very fluently. We also had a lot of balls that we won within the within our opponent's half. We didn't make any easy mistakes. We never lost any sort of control. We played a lot of situations to the end, and that's why I'm very happy with the result today and in this intense period. Mr. Tuchel, on Friday you already talked about Kingsley Coman. Was that the reaction that you wanted? How does it continue for him to get to that form as Leroy? Yeah, they're both different players. Kingsley played very well on the right-hand side. Today I think he might have needed one of those goals. Today he had plenty of chances in prior situations, but he's a different type of player, and it's never too bad to get into that, and everyone celebrates with him when you get that chance. And he was involved in a lot of dangerous situations today. He was a little bit lucky with his 2 goals, but he needed that as well. And he's been a little bit behind in goals and assists. That's something that we've said, so that's why it was a perfect performance from him today. So Mr. Tuchel, so a lot of praises go to Sané. I thought that Kim was also very strong today. How can you see it? What's your feedback after a couple of weeks that he's been here? And a second question to Harry Kane. We talked about this in Copenhagen as well, that he wasn't as involved today, maybe a little bit more today, how much he retreated to get the balls. Was that a reaction from his side that he wants to do a little bit more? No, that's something that we wanted to do today, because we had both the number 10s a little bit higher, and that's why he dropped back. And just to try to speed up the game, he was involved in that. And great runs from him still. That's what we wanted. That's what he did well. That's also something that he likes, because he likes to be involved in the game as well. And sometimes, sure, the balls drop in front of him, and then it didn't work out as well for him. That's why we might need to get a couple of passes getting a little bit stronger. The 2 finishes that he did have were very dangerous. It was certainly our game plan for today, and yeah, Min-jae was very good today, together with Upamecano. The entire team, however, has just been very strong. We didn't make any small mistakes. We didn't make any mistakes in our transition game. We were consequent and dominant throughout, even more than we were before, and had plenty of possession, and we were able to use that. Both fullbacks were able to work with that, and we're very happy with that. So Mr. Tuchel, for about half a year ago, Freiburg were also here as guests, and since then it's been a long transition for the team. How can you describe that? Yeah, we're not at the end just yet. I think we played a good game today and certainly deserved the game. I think we might have been one of the best games that we've had thus far, from the first to the last minutes. And even in this season, when there was phases where we had difficulties, we've always found a way to win. And to lean on that, to win, to not lose after a 0-2 in Leipzig as well. And it's a development, and that never stops, especially not in October in a football season. So it always continues. And now there's a small break for us, but all throughout it was a very good result, a very good phase in the game today as well, and a well-rounded out game. And that's what we have to clutch onto. So it's been very much in focus that Leroy Sané has been so constant. One thing that we've seen maybe last season as well, where he left big chances to not finish, and now he just scores. What happened there? I think it's a lot of just his feeling and the way that he's enjoying the game and not being distracted and not letting himself be distracted. You can see that in his body, in his face, the way that he performs. And then it's obvious as well that he can dominate opponents. He can certainly make a difference in those games. He's a tremendous player, but he also has the physical requirements. He's just a machine, and just so resilient as well, and the way that he sprints and how often he's able to do it. And we could see that today. He was very aggressive in his dribbling, and also his paths coming forward, and minimum of losing balls in difficult situations. So it was a good game for him. So Mr. Streich, you just talked about the players that you were missing. It was only match day 7. How much are you scared of the further progression of the season, and what are the hopes that the players can come back after the international break? Yeah, so first of all, we have to see how it all comes. We'll have to see that the players will be there. We had 3 tremendous years where everything worked out, where we won a lot of tight games that we don't have to win, where we had very little injuries, and just players who are so important, same as Günther. Günther is just not able to compensate for us in that situation, so therefore I'm hoping that some players come back. Christian will take a long time to come back, so that definitely hurts us, and we'll just have to wait until the next game against Bochum. I knew that it wouldn't be able to continue as it did in the past 3 years. It was out of all of our dimension from the start, and now we'll just work with that reality and see what we can do. And we're playing in European competition, we're playing in Bundesliga. I think we're all just enjoying that, and that we're able to play as much as we can. And when we lose a game and have tight losses or against West Ham as well, then that's fine, especially when your situation from the start isn't that good. So Mr. Tuchel, during the game there was a banner in Südkurve that there's no space for special characters in the club or in the top level of the club. Can you understand what the fans feel in that, and how much that affects you? Yeah, I think that's the first time I'm hearing of it. I don't really have any understanding for it, because it's just demoralizing and too anonymous from them. Good. Then we don't have any further questions. Thanks a lot. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and everybody have a safe travel home.